Hello everyone, welcome to GoTarryn TV. I'm Taryn the Traveling Trainer with GoTarryn Personal Training here in the greater Atlanta area, and welcome to episode 600. That's right, today marks the 600th episode here on GoTarryn TV, and it also is a very special treat because I have a very special guest just for you. And that is that I'm bringing on the very first guest of GoTarryn TV. That's right. She was on here back in March 2015 for the very first one of these shows where I was interviewing guests on GoTarryn TV via Skype, and her name is Ms. Dedra Blakley. Now, before we bring Dedra on, I'd like to ask everyone out there if you'd please be so kind as to like this video, leave us a comment, and share it with all of your friends and family. As I just mentioned, Dedra Blakley from De-Stress 101 is going to be here on GoTarryn TV. She was the very first guest, and now she is the guest on episode 600, so extremely just privileged to have her here. And again, we're going to be talking about how you can de-stress with Dedra, everything she's going on with her yoga, her radio, her working with kids, and among everything else that she's doing out in the Bethlehem, Georgia area and elsewhere where she commutes to. So you're going to love Dedra. You're in for a treat, so stay tuned. And when we come back, again, you will be able to talk to Dedra Blakley. And remember, with GoTarryn Personal Training, it's your time, it's your investment, it's your life. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone, and we're here on GoTarryn TV with Dedra Blakley. Dedra, how are you doing out there today?
Taryn, how's it going?
Very good, thank you. It's great to see you, and this is amazing, Dedra. I was looking back on old previous shows, and I wanted to reconnect and just bring you back on because I didn't realize this, but when I was researching that you were the very first guest that I had on this show on GoTarryn TV back on March.
Really?
Yep, March 5th, 2015, if they go back in the archives, and I'll send you the link. Yeah, I'll send it to you so you can see, but that was really cool. And that's why when I was doing this, I was like, I got to call Dedra because, and it's funny because, timing is everything, and I guess with fate, I think you said in a text message that you were just thinking of me, and it was crazy. And, obviously we have a lot of mutual, really good, tight, close friends, and we'll talk about them on the show too. And main thing is, Dedra, I wanted to catch up with you because I really wanted to see how you were doing. I haven't been able to see you or talk to you since we had our mastermind meetings with Max and Travis and Coach Murph, so a big shout out to them. But the first and foremost, how's 2018 been going for you, Dedra?
2018 has been very interesting, kind of a year of transition.
Uh-huh.
Before I was in yoga, before I did that, I actually had a radio career. So radio has found me or I found my way back, whichever.
Yeah.
So, I'm doing a part-time radio gig in the big city of Bethlehem, Georgia.
That's cool. No, that's really, really cool. That's excellent.
Yeah, having fun.
That's exciting. And workout life too, or is it leave you enough room? And are you satisfied with the time you're allotted to be able to get your own workouts in and everything?
Well, my own workouts, not so much. I teach a lot. My own workout. Mm-hmm. I'm still trying to figure out my workout life because I teach so much, and then I have a part-time gig. I'm a mentor. School has been out, and I haven't been doing any substitute teaching. I just like the energy that children provide.
Oh, definitely.
So, school year is in. I'm either mentoring or substituting just to stay young. Since I'm not like you, I don't have my own little team, so I have to find kids wherever I can find them.
No, that's great. They'll keep you young and energetic, and because again, that's the thing. They're full of energy and excitement, and I think that's terrific that you're doing that. And I mean, you're always so busy, and I appreciate the life of an entrepreneur, and I think it was our mutual friend Max Nazir that put us together as a mutual friend. Have you been able to chat with Max or talk to him lately and see how he's doing?
It's funny because the last time I saw Max, I think he did a video interview with me.
Oh, okay.
And
gotcha.
that was back in the colder months. I haven't talked to him since Savannah, the new baby. We get a text in here and there. But yeah, we had a mastermind group, but then the mind split apart. So we all gone our separate ways.
Yeah, it went from being the meeting of the minds to the missing of the minds, so to speak, I guess. I really enjoyed those. And I think the problem that I saw that, at least for me, this is my perception, is that just logistically it was so hard, I thought, location-wise for us all to get together. But that's why I like things like this, like what we're doing with Skype and FaceTime and all that good stuff. But it was a good concept. I hope I don't want Max to give up on that idea. I think that we need to do more of that and get back into that because I really do believe, like Max always says, iron sharpens iron, and I got so much out of meeting with y'all and. Of course, Travis and Coach Murph, really good people. What about the others in the group? Were you able to chat with them lately or see what they're up to?
Not so much.
Okay.
I probably have talked to Travis more than anybody, but not even him lately. I think he's been traveling all over the world, getting certifications and meeting with people that are farther along in the industry, like where he wants to be. So, yeah, it's fun to just see the progress and the transition of everyone's lives. You and Max are you're the father figures now with the 2 children, and Murph got married, and Travis, he's doing his thing, and I'm just, do what it do.
Yeah, certainly. We've all got our different niches, and I think the closest I ever came out that way, I've driven by Bethlehem on my way out there towards Athens. I actually have a client who lives in, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, Statham, Georgia. Am I saying it close? Do you know where the Georgia Club is?
Yeah.
He lives in there, and we meet halfway in Lilburn when we train. So that's my familiarity. But he's had me come out there to the Georgia Club before. They have a really nice fitness center out there.
Mm-hmm. What do you call it? The clubhouse, I guess, where the restaurant is. That's
you're very familiar with it. How far are you from that location, Dedra?
15 minutes, not far at all.
Oh, you ought to. Have you done work with them or done anything out there, like fitness-wise?
I have a contact whose wife is or was the wellness person or something out there. They said they wanted to get yoga going, but what I'm finding in this neck of the woods is that there is a lot of interest, but not a lot of action behind that interest. So this is a bedroom community mostly. And I was talking to a coworker here at the radio station. He said, people are more involved with Golden Corral out here than they are with yoga. So, I'm not sure.
Oh, my.
Coworker. I think Mike's walking in.
Oh, no.
Hi, you too. Okay, good here. We're having some renovations done, so usually there's a sound. It's somebody on the roof, and he was just telling me to have a good 4th of July, so that was sweet.
Oh, that was nice. That's excellent. Yeah, that was actually perfect transition. That was going to be my next question. What are you doing for the 4th of July, Dedra?
For the 4th of July, I am tonight starting with a cookout, so that'll be fun. I would say a pool party, but I don't think I'm going to put on my suit. It's just hot and humid. I don't want to. It sounds funny. When it's hot and humid like this, I'm the last person that wants to be in the water.
I'm with you on that. Yeah.
Well, okay. I thought maybe I was just trained that way.
No, not at all.
Yeah. And then tomorrow, I'm going to have family dinner. Won't be a cookout, but we'll have hot dogs, hamburgers. Kind of a mini family reunion on my mom's side of the family. And maybe I'll catch some fireworks tomorrow night. What about you?
That'll be fun, Dedra. Yeah. That's a good question. I think I'm working tomorrow. Let's see. I've got I have a couple of in-home clients, and then since I spoke to you, I teach part-time at the YMCA here in Buckhead, so they're open. They'll be busy actually, so I'll teach class there, and then I think living in Cobb County, we're really close to the Marietta Square. I think there's a few things going on there. We never go there. I think maybe I've been there a handful of times, so we might check something out there. One of my clients plays for the Atlanta Symphony, and I think he's going to be playing there tomorrow afternoon, so we might check that out. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
But like you said, it's going to be hot, and that's why we can't stress enough. Stay hydrated, put sunblock. I mean, it's so hot, and it's crazy outside. Just you got to wear a hat and just keep the sun away. It's just so humid here in Atlanta.
Gotta love the South.
Yeah, absolutely. But you mentioned some renovations. What's that all about, Dedra? What's going on with the house? Just regular home renovations and such?
No. This is at the radio station.
Oh, you're at the... Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just stayed here at the radio station after my shift was over instead of trying to log in and get on video. So, yeah, I'm still at the radio station. That's why the coworker... Well, he's not really the coworker. He's the contractor that just walked in and told me have a nice 4th.
Oh, that's really cool. Okay. How far is that place from where you live at?
10 minutes maybe.
Perfect. Yes. Do you ever make it out to Atlanta or to Buckhead or any, when's the last time you've been out that way before?
I have a lot of doctors still in the Sandy Springs area. I say a lot of doctors. That makes me sound like the most unhealthy person alive. The many doctors that I need to see on a regular basis,
right.
I go to Sandy Springs for. I used to go to, actually, there's a Blue Moon Pizza. That's my favorite place in Buckhead. But there's one in Sandy Springs, like 2 blocks from my doctor's office.
I'm familiar with that.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite hangouts there.
Cool. Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
I'm not really, it's funny, when I lived in Buckhead, it was so easy to just live that life.
Yeah.
And now where things are a little bit slower, I mean, when I first moved out to the suburbs in 2013,
yeah,
I thought, I want my Buckhead life back. That's all I ever said. I want my Buckhead life back. And now that I've been here a while, traffic is slower. When there's bad traffic, it's because there's a wreck on 316. There's a train on the track or car accident. Whereas in Atlanta, there's no reason for traffic most of the time. It's just volume.
Oh,
so
yeah.
A little bit here. And, it's okay. I'm not saying that I would rule out having an Atlanta life again. But for now, it is what it is. Family's here. It's all good.
No, that's good. Absolutely. I think you're exactly, wherever we're at, we should feel comfortable being there. And I think that's great because, again, one of the pluses that you have is that you could develop a niche unique to that area and not have as much competition, I would think, too. But getting back to what you were just saying a few minutes ago, Dedra, about the mindset of some people, because that is a serious issue, I think. What we find, I'll give you an example. Like I was just talking about this to one of my other clients the other day, is retention of clients. Is that this is crazy? You've probably heard the term ghost sessions. Anybody who's in personal training has heard ghost sessions. I have had clients several times over who've written me out a $600 check for 10 sessions, and I don't see them again after the first session. They don't want their money back. I try to give them their money back. I try to call them, say, hey, you still have 9 sessions you haven't used. Let me at least give you your check. And it's amazing. I can't believe. I don't know if it's because it's Buckhead. I don't know if it's embarrassment. If it's like, oh, I didn't want to commit to this. But it's amazing how many ghost sessions I have just from people who have paid me up front, and then I never see them again. And I willingly try to give them their money back, and they don't even want the. It's crazy. It's kind of a bad feeling because I'm like, am I that bad of a trainer that I would push people away? But in all seriousness, like you said, it's a mindset. No joking aside, people wanting to go to Golden Corral or doing anything else besides going to a yoga class or to have you as their health coach or to try to be more fit or eat better. So how does that compare in that town, Bethlehem, versus like a Buckhead or versus a Sandy Springs? Do you see a clear distinction, or is it pretty much same across the board?
No, I think there's a distinction here. I think the commutes are longer.
Yeah.
And I've even tried to get into the school system. Teachers are so stressed out.
Good point.
They love the yoga, but their days are so long. When they get off work, they just want to go home.
Good point.
And what's really big out here is like your CrossFit and your, that type HIIT training, things like that. People just want a quick 30-minute workout and done.
Yeah.
But the fun thing is, and you mentioned it, you nailed it on the head. People will pay for yoga. Like I offer $30 for unlimited yoga for an entire month just to get in the door.
Sure.
And they'll come for the first week, and then they don't come back. I'm like, well, you have unlimited yoga. Like, why would you not come back? I don't understand. And the looks on people's faces, the baby faces videos that they made. I said, if a similar video with yoga faces, people look so relaxed. They look so calm. They look like, gosh, this is the best thing ever. They tell me if they come back for the second session, oh my gosh, I slept so great. I haven't slept that long. I didn't move. One lady told me that her husband woke her up the next morning because she hadn't moved all night. He thought she was sick or something happened to her.
That's awesome.
So, it's so funny because people, they realize the need and they love it while they are on their mat, but it's hard for them to find their way back. And I wish I knew the answer to that question.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. You're right. It's a puzzle, and I think it's always going to be out there for people like you and me to solve. But I think that all we can do is really, as health coaches or fitness professionals, is try to just motivate them. We both know you can't change people. I mean, but you can try to give them the tools for them to change, and ultimately, it is up to them. It's funny because when you mentioned Golden Corral, I used to work at Golden Corral, and it's funny because I would have one of my other clients would say, "You ought to go to a Golden Corral and take a stack of business cards and put them on tables and give them the." And I joked, I laughed, I was like, that's all cute and all, but no, those aren't our clients. Those people will probably not want our card. That's the last thing that they're. That's why they're at.
No.
Yeah, exactly. It's just be wasting time and wasting effort and wasting our business cards because those aren't our clients. Especially being out where you're at in Bethlehem, Dedra, I would think that since it shouldn't be that competitive, I don't think you'd have too much competition. But since you develop such a niche and a unique method to offer, I would think that would even be more valuable, that people should want to work out with you and train with you and do yoga, because I think a big part of it is just trying to create awareness and let them know who you are and let them what you're doing the right thing, having you try you out first. Just do a $30 month or what have you. I think that's a great idea. And does that usually work as far as a hook, being able to get them in and then letting them realize? Yeah.
It does. And now my most stable clients are out of the studio. I have a couple of businesses that I go to. I've been working recently over the past 2 months with a behavioral health institution.
Oh, cool.
And so it's just a fun activity for their clients to do. And so thinking, well, maybe I could do mobile yoga. There are all kinds of ways that you can accomplish what you want to accomplish. You just got to keep at it.
Yeah, I found that very lucrative for myself. I do the whole traveling trainer, mobile personal training thing here in Atlanta. I think if you're onto something, if you could hook up with some of those companies and businesses out there where you're at, that might be a great, revenue source for you, and on, just continuous, because if you could hook up with them and kind of network, get your name out there and be the authority, and if they're looking for a company yoga class or what have you, they might say, well, Dedra is our go-to person. She is our expert on this, and we're going to contract out with her. Then that sounds like a really good goldmine opportunity out there. So, again, going back to what I just said a couple minutes ago, I think you're exactly where you've got a lot of potential to really just even grow bigger than you are right now, too.
Mm-hmm.
That's excellent. Yeah, definitely. This is great, Dedra. So tell us about the behavioral company that you just mentioned a minute ago, too. Like, what's that all about, and who are they?
Should I say the name of the company?
You don't have to say it. That's okay. Yeah.
I don't know. But it's it's like a day program for people with developmental and mental health issues.
Okay.
And there's a location here, not too far from where I live. There's another location in Banks County.
Okay.
And so I go to each location once every other week, and the clients love it. The clients, they have a vested interest. They pay $5 to be a part of the yoga class that day. Mm-hmm. And some clients do the move, some don't. I've had some people say, "No, I'm going to fall down." And guess what? They fell down. Okay. But other people, they really look forward to it. They ask me every time I go, "When are you coming back?" So it's good for them. And the director likes it because it's an activity that everyone can participate in. I mean, whether you have mental health issues or not, learning how to relax and learning things that can help you get a good night's sleep, that's something that is beneficial. So they enjoy it.
Oh, certainly. Yeah. I mean, I think that's wonderful to be able to offer that. That's terrific, Dedra. And, have you been able to network and work with other colleagues or other professionals out there in the fitness industry out in that area and kind of team up with anybody?
Well, initially I worked at a local gym. I was at Anytime Fitness for a while.
Yep, I remember that.
Yeah, and the funny thing is yoga doesn't even... It never even caught on at the gym. When I was teaching yoga classes, I was teaching 12 classes a week at Anytime Fitness locations. I was just starting to build the programs in those gyms when I got hit by a drunk driver. Oh, so when I had to stop teaching in 2014, it just kind of went away. And all of the gym owners that I still know that are there, they say people say they want yoga. Even at a gym, they say they want it. but yet they don't show up. So they just took it off the schedule.
That's amazing.
So I don't have the solution to that. I can't understand that mentality.
Yeah, I don't get it either. I think a lot of it goes back to what we were just saying a few minutes ago, is that a lot of your people who would not choose to go and exercise or care to do a yoga class or what have you, I think it's a lot of education. Don't you find that they're probably just not, I guess, caught up on the information on the benefits of yoga and why it's important to de-stress, and exercise and such?
You know what? When people see the name of my business, they come running to me. Oh my gosh, I need to de-stress. They know.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah.
And, it used to be probably within the last 5 years, this mindset has changed, I guess, through education. But people used to think, there's no way I could do yoga. I'm not flexible. I still get that a little bit.
Right,
but
right.
Understand it more as a way to relax. They don't think that I can't. I've never made myself invisible. I do not levitate in class. So it's not the scary thing that people sometimes think about yoga. So I think we've moved away from that mindset.
Yeah.
But people would rather, if some kind of workout is not associated with weight loss, they typically don't do it. They don't think it's beneficial enough for their body.
I see. Yeah. That's too bad, I guess it's a way, makes our work even harder. We got to get the information preemptively to them so that way they know exactly they don't understand or appreciate the value. I think that's another big issue that all of us deal with, whether we're working at a fitness center or personal training or what have you. I think a lot of it, a big thing, is just the value of what we're offering. Your brand, though, Dedra, De-Stress 101, can you tell folks about, who you are and your brand and your mission statement and such, if this is the first time they're hearing you?
Well, my mission is to partner with students to help them overcome the physical and the emotional hindrances of stress. And I know that firsthand. I say yoga saved my life, even before my car accident. It was an addendum to my personal training and boot camp style workout.
Yep.
So I just want to partner with people and meet them where they are in their body so that they can understand ways to manage their stress. And I do classroom management. I've taught teachers in class. That was a way into the educational system to understand how teachers can manage their classrooms, things that they can do in the classroom to help their students with test anxiety. So we've gone that route. I have also worked with, like I said, the businesses who are trying to come up with corporate ways and corporate programs for their employees to help them relax. And I really just want to help everybody relax. In a perfect world, like if I were on the Miss America pageant, what would be the thing that you want to do for the world besides world? I want world relaxation.
I love it.
That's just killing us. And if I can help someone understand their bodies and whether it's feel good in their bodies for mental reasons or help them recover after physical therapy. A lot of physical therapists have referred their clients to me, and it's kind of like antibiotics. Once they get what they need or they feel the way they think they need to feel, they don't want to do it anymore. So
right. Yeah, and the other thing, Dedra, what I find interesting, that this is something I've been thinking of that I wanted to ask you, and this is a perfect forum for it. So I have a couple of undergraduate classes at Georgia State University that I teach coming up in the fall semester, which only starts actually next month. That sounds weird, fall starting next month. Yeah, it's the third week of August. But if you're available or interested, and I would love to have you come out and guest speak and do a guest lecture for my students at our class about this very topic. And on top of that, I'm also thinking it could be a win-win situation where we're able to go over and introduce you to the Department of Health and Kinesiology there at Georgia State, because if they're able to meet you and you tell them what you want to propose and do a working I don't know if that's conducive as far as logistics go. Obviously, it's kind of a commute. But having said that, where I'm going with that is Georgia State, as you know, they've absorbed all the Georgia perimeter locations. And I want to say, I thought there was one up near, not too far from your area, going towards you in Lawrenceville. I could be wrong about that, but I thought there was a campus up there. That's why I'm just thinking off the top of my head that might be something. Let's talk about that when we're done here with the recording, because I wanted to ask you about that and your interest about your schedule. But I think you'd be perfect to talk to them. I think that'd be great. That would be really, really good. Yeah, let's do that.
Another thing, I have a very close family member that just lost her husband.
Oh, I'm sorry.
People people don't always associate the loss of a loved one with stress, but that is an extremely stressful time.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
the need to de-stress, the need to find ways to relax, to go to sleep,
Right.
to do something to take your mind off of the grieving. Not that the grieving ever goes away.
Right.
But, yoga actually helped me after my mom passed away. So I understand like the grieving aspect and how traumatic that is for the mind and the body. I mean, physically,
Right.
we have had a loss.
It's all connected. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that mind, body, spirit aspect is so important for people to understand. And as much as I would like clients to come to my studio, I just like talking to people, because sometimes it's even just a conversation. Just let people know that you've been there.
Yeah.
Lead them to a breathing exercise. Just take their mind. I never like to tell people, empty your mind. No, I don't want you to do that. I want you to calm your mind. I want you to relax. I want you to focus on your heartbeat, being grateful. I want you to focus on your breathing, because if you can do those things, that can help you when those stressful situations come, because you will already have those tools in your toolbox.
I love it. That's great. Yeah, that's really good, Dedra. Well, this is great. I'm so happy to reconnect with you here because, again, it's been too long, and we need to do this more often. Please, let's. Again, I'm really happy to have our friendship and to have you as a fitness colleague, and it's just terrific to finally catch up with you, Dedra. Because again, I think that we need to get together more often, and hopefully, maybe we need to talk to Max and jumpstart on some of these mind mastering sessions. And maybe, again, if it comes to doing something like this, like a Zoom or a Skype conference call, whatever, let's figure that out. I think we need to. We really need to, because I benefit so much from y'all. Well, Dedra, before we let you go, just a couple more questions for you. Let's go ahead and plug your website and contact information for anybody out there. And if they want to get in touch with you, what's the best ways they could find out more about de-stress?
You can go on my website. It's destress101.com. My phone number is 320-746-7365, or you can email me, Dedra at destress101.com.
Perfect. There we have it. And we'll have that on the screen when we fade to black here momentarily. But Dedra, last question for you, and then we'll let you go. We've answered what you're doing for the 4th. What are you doing for the rest of the year? What are the short-term goals here on out for 2018?
I was so good at planning the first half of the year. I did a 90-day plan, and I just realized the year is half over.
Half over, exactly.
October is 3 months away. That's always the biggest leap for me. July to October, like, wait, fall is here already. So I think the main thing for me is to understand how to incorporate yoga or relaxation into my radio career. I call my pastor is kind of my career counselor as well. And, most people, they settle in on one career. Yoga is always going to be a part of me, but radio is always a part of me too. And so one of the things I've been talking about and praying about is how to marry those two things. And so I don't know, I might be the yoga DJ.
You're onto something. I've never heard anything like that. So that actually could be quite unique. And again, it's all about developing our niche and finding out, what we can do that's different. And that definitely sounds different. I've never heard anything in that form of combination. So
never know.
Yeah, exactly. Sky's the limit. That sounds full of potential. So go with it, Dedra. That's excellent. Well, Dedra, thank you so much again here, being on GoTarryn TV for episode 600. It's amazing. You were the very first guest, and here we are. Yeah, 3 years later, we got you back on the show. So I can't believe it. It's just incredible. So I want to thank you. Thank you so much for everything. And let's have you back on here next month and check in and see how your August is going as we're getting near into fall, please.
Sounds good. Thanks so much, Karen.
My pleasure, Dedra. Thank you. Enjoy the rest. Happy 4th. Happy 4th to everyone out there. And as we fade to black, here comes Dedra's contact information right now.